Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name's Narwhal. I'm here with Kyle.
Yes, you are.
And the other night, before I went to sleep, I was getting comfortable, and I felt an itch on my neck. And I went to itch, and it wasn't an itch. It was a fucking beetle.
Again?
No, I just never told it. This happened. I meant to mention it last episode, but we got in this deep philosophical, wholesome talk.
There's
about
no time
life.
for beetle talk.
Yeah, there's no time for Beetlejuice. There was some Beetlejuice when I smashed this bitch, but
You smashed it on your neck?
no, dude. But what was weird is like, dude, yeah, it was pitch black in my room. I was watching like Netflix on my phone or something, and then I was getting ready to go to bed, put the phone away, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And as I went to touch it, I literally landed, like my fingers basically gripped this beetle thing.
Ooh.
Right as I went to itch, and I was like, and I literally went like, what the fuck? And I threw it, but it's pitch black, and then I don't know where it went. So then I had to turn on my lights and my flashlight, and it was like I have like a dark rug, and it landed in the rug. So I found it, and it was like alive but struggling. And you know when like you just kind of panic there's like a bug panic that you have.
You got to find the quickest thing to smash it
Yeah,
with.
so I was like, huh, and I grabbed this, and I went like that.
You used a water
with
bottle?
my water bottle, but there's like gaps in the water bottle.
Oh, so you're just like torturing this
So
bug.
it like didn't even smash it, and then I had to smash it on the edge of my water bottle, and then there was some juice that came out, and then I threw it in my what's it called? A toilet.
Hamper.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
And then
You flushed or?
Yeah, I know I flushed it, but I was trying to go to sleep for the next 2 hours, but I kept thinking like I felt something, and then I thought it was a bug, and it was my leg hair.
Yeah, dude. The creepiest bug situation I've been in is one time I was putting my shoe on, and I was like, oh, why is there this rock in my shoe? It was like a pretty big rock. I was like, I thought someone was playing a prank on me because there's this rock in my shoe.
Yeah.
And I dump it out, and there's a big-ass cricket. He started hopping away. I'm like, how the fuck did you get in my shoe?
How did it survive if your foot was in there like smashing it?
I don't know. Well, it must have crawled in while I was not
so
wearing
it
my
wasn't in
shoes.
there from the get-go. It wasn't like you immediately put your
There's
foot
no
in.
dude. It was like that big. Like it was big. It was like multiple inches long. It was like we don't really get huge crickets here. But
Yeah, I haven't seen a
huge.
cricket in my whole life here.
It was gigantic. It was horrifying.
Bro, the other night, I don't know if in Seattle you can hear it as much as you can out here in like the suburbs, since there's more like woods over here. But dude, I thought there was like something happening. Like I went outside one night, and the frogs are like in mating season right now.
Oh.
In like this time of the winter, and apparently I never noticed how loud it got until this year. Dude, the other night I just opened the door at like 10 p.m. and I like walked out to my car for something, and it is so fucking loud. I thought it was like a siren or like an alarm. I honestly thought it was someone's house alarm, like through the woods a ways.
Can you like replicate what frog sex sounds like,
Dude,
please?
it's just like, it's like kind of like a ton of crickets. Imagine hearing crickets when you're camping, but like kind of a different sound. But there had to have been like tens of thousands because it was so fucking loud.
You should have walked out there.
It sounded like it was like pouring rain. You know when it's pouring, it's like you just hear that on your roof. It was that, but with frogs.
I'm sure things were pouring.
Yeah.
From those frogs.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about the caterpillars at my grandma's house?
Yeah, like the weird thing that happens.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a normal thing or if it was just like a once in a generational thing, but one time I was at my grandma's and there was just this infestation in the entire city of caterpillars. And it was like, dude, it looked like the road was moving. Like literally you'd be driving down the road just running over millions of caterpillars.
Yeah, like literally everywhere you step, there's
looked
like
everything
thousands.
was moving. It was so
like
weird.
The whole ground was just like and were they falling out of the sky?
I mean, they'd fall out of branches and stuff. Like they would, if you stood under a tree, like one would probably fall on you.
But like, how quickly did this go from no caterpillars to they're like filling the ground?
That's why it feels like it didn't even happen to me because I was probably 7.
Does it feel like some weird dream,
Dude,
kind of?
Yeah, and then I talked to my family and they're like, that definitely happened. And I wish there were pictures, but like, dude, when I say the road was moving, it was like
literally
moving. I couldn't believe it. And you stand still and they're just crawling all over you. It's the fuzzy orange ones. They're kind of cute, but they can't do anything to you.
No, I know, like they're kind of cute, but I'm not that type of person with bugs. Like even I could never be a snake person who you have a
Oh,
pet
fuck
snake
that.
and it just like crawls around your arm and you're like, oh, look at Jerry.
Like, here, have a dead mouse.
Yeah.
God.
Summer Rae has a bunch of like obscure pets like that.
Well, that's fine.
And I'm like, you are so hot. And I don't know if these exotic pets make me more attracted to you or kind of not attracted to you at all.
I would say it makes
It's
me
a
less
toss-up.
attracted, but I'm totally okay with her having lizards if she wants them.
Would you have sex with Summer Rae if the lizards and snakes were just out and about in the room? But like she trusts them because they're her pets and they're friendly.
I guess.
If they're just like on like a beanbag in the corner and you're over on the bed, would you trust that? Or would you get paranoid that the snake's going to slither over?
I don't think I could do anything with a boa in the room. If there's like a boa, because that thing could like kill me. If
Yeah.
it's something that's not venomous, I could deal with it. I know boas aren't venomous, but that thing could just manhandle me.
Suffocate you.
Yeah, it could kill me if it wanted to.
Are those the real just fat chunkers?
Yeah, they'll just wrap the shit out of you, and then you just have to like amputate your leg.
Yeah. Isn't there some stat where like the force that a snake, one of those snakes can create is like stronger than like the strongest people in the world or something?
I mean, I don't know how you quantify that.
I thought I read something where like they could like choke someone out and like that force when they're choking you out is like stronger force than like a UFC fighter or something like that.
I mean, I believe it, dude. They're just
I don't know if that's
literally-
true at all.
They're
but
just a long muscle with
yeah.
a spine, and they just wrap around you.
Yeah, I don't really get when you see the photos where they're like there's a rat in them, but it like they don't really have a stomach or I mean they must have a
I
stomach.
think their stomach just like goes.
I just
Like,
don't get
goes
how it
through
like
them.
digests
There's like juices that kind of digest it along the way down, and
and then they just
moves
poop it
down.
out and
Yeah.
it just like goes through this tube and at the end it just comes
I
out.
think it's dissolved by the end, and just kind of like little tail maybe falls out at the end. I don't know. I try to avoid snakes. I don't know.
Animals are so weird.
Yeah, and like big bugs like spiders.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan. There's a lot of things where I'm kind of on one extreme or the other where I'm like either like really into gaming or I really don't like fucking I don't know like horse racing or some shit. But there's a lot of things.
I really don't like horses. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I
so
will
there's
go on
an
record.
example.
Fuck
But
horses.
with spiders, I'm like right in the middle. Like I'm right there with your average person. Like I feel like I 100% get the whole spider thing.
What do you mean you get it?
Like I'm not an extremist. I'm not like if I see a spider, I'm gonna like cry myself to sleep or poop my pants.
Okay.
But I'm also not like, oh, dude, they're fine. Look, he'll crawl on my hand.
Okay. So you're just
I'm like as average as it gets. That they're fucking scary and gross.
yeah. I mean, I'm not. I can kill a spider. Like,
Yeah, no,
I can get rid of a spider. I'm on that level. Like my sister can't even comprehend.
She can't even like look at a spider.
No, if it's a small spider ever and it's on the ceiling, she's like hiding in her room until I vacuum it up or kill it or something.
What does she do when she's like home alone?
Call somebody, dude. I don't know. She just
Run
hides.
away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's conquered her fear and she can kill a couple now.
Nice, good job,
But
Karina.
yeah.
Yeah, well, Karina, I commented on your Instagram post the other day, and you just didn't fucking respond.
Wow.
I don't even think she liked it.
She just probably just didn't like it. Yeah. Like
yeah,
in
it
real
was
life.
it was a good comment. She had a photo of like a log in the water, and I thought the log looked like an alligator's head, and I thought that was kind of funny because I thought maybe she'd read it and be like, "Oh my god, it does look like an alligator head."
Do you want to bring it up to her?
Yeah, I
Seems
do.
Like it's a pressing issue.
It's been bothering me,
Wow. I mean, it is embarrassing when you comment on someone's post and they just don't acknowledge it.
especially if they like and reply to like other people and
Yeah.
they don't like yours.
Yeah. Yeah, like Anthony on his engagement post. I commented and he didn't reply to my comment, but he replied to you and Jordan's comments.
Has he still not ever replied
Nah,
to it?
I mean, I haven't checked.
Damn.
So Anthony,
What's
up with
heck,
that,
bro?
man?
Damn, bro.
I rescind my congratulations. Just kidding. Congrats, dude.
Congrats, dude. Yeah, I'm getting married soon.
To who? To what?
Somebody. I haven't met them yet,
Yeah.
but I
The
just
new app you're working on? Marriage?
Yeah, no, mainly just I've decided the next female that I meet, I'm marrying,
Okay.
and like it's just kind of it's done. It's
So like
you know,
next person you see or next person
next
you
woman
next
I
new person?
meet.
Okay.
So I can see you, but if I don't like talk to you and know your name, that's not meeting you.
All right, but like what if they're
Doesn't matter.
okay. Okay. So
So if I run into a lady like fixing on working the drinking fountains at the gym, and she works there, and I like run into her, judo kick her on accident. And
common mistakes.
She's like, "Oh, I help her up," and then she's like, "Oh, thanks. My name's
Stacy.
Lucy.
Stacy Lucy.
Stacy Lucy." I'll be like, "Oh, hey, Stacy Lucy.
You know, be like, can I call you Stay Lou?
Yeah, Stay Lou." And I'll be like, we're getting married. And she'll be like, what? And I'll be like, we're getting married. And she'll be like, oh my God, really? Let's do it.
Yeah, and that's probably the best way to get the cops called on you. It's just walking up to a woman and being like, hey, you are going to be my wife.
Yeah, dude. Arranged marriages are still a thing in like half the world. Not half the world, but.
No, it's actually crazy. I mean, there are a lot of problems with our country, but for the most part, we're a free country and we can do pretty much what we want. But there are so many countries where you just...
Bro, there's countries where women can do nothing.
They're like not even seen as like human beings.
Yeah.
It's so fucked. And also there's that weird line of like, should I be offended by someone else's culture? Or like, can I say that someone else's culture is wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I think people in those oppressed cultures would agree with the fact that it's wrong. They just are stuck in it. I don't think anyone's saying that like...
But I mean, like...
I guess it's a lot of those like Islamic countries have like arranged marriages and the women don't have many rights.
Yeah.
But I think you can still say that that's wrong, even though it's because it's like a religious country.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like, I don't know how you could subscribe to something like that. And I know it's probably something that you're just brought up with, but how could you just not see a human being as like being equal to you or being a human and just another human being?
Yeah, because if you're brought up in a culture where they're just not, then it's like from the get-go, if everyone tells you they're not, you're like, all right, they're not.
Yeah. That's why we got to stop teaching kids things.
Don't teach kids.
Don't educate people. So we all just become happy and dumb together.
Yeah. I was listening to this Joe Rogan podcast with this lady who grew up in, I don't know what country, an Islamic country that was like basically like what we were just talking about. And she said that when she finally like escaped and got away, first of all, it sounded like even get out of those situations is like almost impossible because they'll either kill you or like threaten you or arrest you or whatever. But she finally got away, and she said that like I think she went to I think it was some Scandinavian country, not Norway, not it's like
Sweden, Finland, Denmark.
What are some other? No, not any of those. What are some other ones like that?
I mean,
Luxembourg? Where's Luxembourg?
Luxembourg? That's
Luxembourg. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that even a country?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
That's like the really tiny one, right?
I don't know where she went, but it was some place with a cool name, you know. Gave me similar vibes to that.
Okay.
But she said that when she went there, she literally did not like. She said when she first got there, she went to this kind of building for like fugitives where you kind of go and plead to like basically have people protect you.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in uniform, and she thought that this guy was like a police officer that was going to arrest her, like when she saw him walking towards her. But it turns out that it was just like a security guy for that building. And the guy said, oh, hey, do you want a drink? Like I can go get you some water while you wait. And she literally had no concept of like what was even happening because in her country, like she'd never been talked to like that and treated like equally and like a person. And then she literally thought it was a setup. Like she didn't until he came back and gave her water. She said that was like the most profound moment of her life, that like people just act that way and are just genuine people.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
There's so many people around the world that just like can't even be offered water.
Yeah.
That's so fucked.
It's crazy.
What are we doing?
Yeah. I know, dude. It's terrible, but at the same time, when I think about stuff like that, to me, it's like that is what is so beautiful about humanity is how I'm not saying any of that is good, but just the fact that like the world can be so drastically different and the way you view your life can be so different depending on where you come from is really cool.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with people that live in just like they're like it's still in a tribe somewhere, like in the Amazon or just somewhere random, and they have no idea about any of this.
They don't know what's going on in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm sure that's a tough life, but and I wouldn't want that. But if you grow up in that, It's like that's life. It's not like it's somehow worse or different or like it's just that's what it is there.
Dude, apparently there's people that like a lot of the people that are still in tribes and they don't wear shoes because why the fuck would they wear shoes? But apparently their feet are just like so much better than ours because they can spread their toes and like wrap around branches and shit and like climb trees just so easily.
They're like literally just advanced. Like different things have advanced that we haven't needed to advance because we have other things that do that for us.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things I feel like that we have here that just make us so wimpy. Like if we were to just lose everything and have to go back to like the basics of life, so many people would not thrive.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's like, I feel like a good baseline for your health. Maybe this isn't a good baseline, but in my head it makes sense. Like if you were to be reverted back to like the 1100, could you survive?
No.
Like, is your body no, but I meant in terms of like your physical shape. Like,
sure,
I don't think anyone has to be fucking jacked, but you should at least be able to where if time was reverted back to 1100, could you go about your life and like work and do
but then it's
what
like
you need to do to survive?
I gotta hunt. I've never hunted in my life.
Yeah, were they? Yeah, I guess I don't know. In 1100, did they have like
I don't think they had like a
market systems,
like Safeway.
Yeah, but did they have kind of like you go buy food from like Terry, and he's kind of the food guy? Or
well, I don't even know what the 1100s were.
I don't know what was going on in the 1100s.
I feel like those were just years that we kind of skipped.
Yeah, they go from like the start of BCE.
Yeah, I feel like we started in like the 1300s. Like dark age kind of, and then with like 1500s, blah, 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 all the way up.
Yeah, what happened in like 440?
Yeah, I don't know, nothing.
Wait, when did Columbus sail the ocean blue?
1492.
Yeah, so see, that was almost 1500.
Yeah.
And that's like, what happened before any of that?
I don't know. Nothing. I don't think there was really anything around.
Yeah.
It's just, they just kind of popped up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was dinosaurs, and then it was just
in
Columbus. 1300, it was people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle, something that I want to do more of that's been kind of bothering me recently.
You want to do more of something?
I want to do more of something, and I need to run it by you and see your thoughts on this.
All right, run it.
So, I was watching some old like videos on Santagato Studios where they used to like vlog, and it's just like these content creators that I really like. And I was watching it, and I was like, you know what? I need to do more like goofy best friend stuff. And
Okay.
I'm like, I don't think I'm goofy best friendish enough.
Okay. What does that
mean?
mean?
I realized like, I don't think you, me, and Shim and Willig, I feel like we don't do goofy best friendy stuff.
I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean?
Like, you know, like little pranks where it's like, oh, come in here, and then they open the door and it's like, oh, cupcake in the eye, or it's like, you know, oh.
Are they doing that?
No, I don't know.
You want to pull pranks on you?
Dude,
I'll pull pranks on you.
These are off the dome, but I'm just saying, I want to do more like cutesy stuff.
Like couple things?
No. When I said cutesy, that was kind of sarcastic, not cutesy.
But like, what are some more cutesy things?
No,
like, I need
just
more examples.
just like best friendy stuff where it's like, oh, bro, that was so. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. You're being so confusing. I don't know what you want from me. You want me to do it? Do you want me to do this more?
No.
More things with
I'm
my
not
hands?
saying I want you to do anything.
Okay, I won't do
You guys
anything.
are great. It's more.
It's your fault.
Yes. I feel like our group just needs kind of that Chris energy. The chaos that Chris brings?
Yeah.
We don't see Chris as much because Chris is always gone.
Okay.
And I just think a friend group needs that at all times, and I think that that's been lacking. That kind of chaotic. You don't know if they're going to do something wholesome or if they're going to hurt you severely. You don't know if when you open this door.
Don't start that. I hate people like that. People that are just like, that will randomly like hit you. Like, fuck you.
Okay, no, that's not what I meant.
Fuck you with your violence.
I didn't mean, Chris isn't violent.
No, he's not.
I'm using Chris as a model child for best friendy vibes.
Okay.
Where you just, someday you walk in and Chris has like a fishing pole and he's like, wah! And you're like, whoa, what is that, dude? And he's like, bro, I found this at a garage sale, dude.
All right, so find a fishing pole.
No, dude, you're breaking this down too literally.
I feel like you're breaking this down. I mean, you're trying to force yourself to be someone that you aren't.
No.
So you are this person.
No, I'm just saying, I think anyone has that fun lightheartedness to them.
So you're not fun?
I just think that, like, it needs to be expressed more, because sometimes I'm like, why didn't I just fuck with him right there? Or why didn't I just, steal a French fry and, put toothpaste on it and then put it back, and then he eats the fry. It's like, oh, gotcha, you ate the toothpaste fry.
So basically, you just want to pull pranks on me.
No, dude. You're trying to just break this down into an isolated thing. It's a culture.
So then, best way in one sentence, sum it up. What do you want to change about yourself in 2021? What?
Achieve this goal?
Yes.
I think
one sentence.
Me and all my friends need to throw in some more chaoticness that leads to good memories.
Chaoticness. I think we can change that to chaos. Fix your statement a little bit.
No, because chaos and chaoticness are different.
Chaoticness is more chaotic. Chaotic.
Yeah. No, just that, that oomph where you don't know, you never know what you're going to get, I mean, I feel like you really are. You're trying. Are you even trying to get what I'm saying?
Like, I think I get what you're saying, where you just, maybe you feel like you're not that fun or something.
No, it's like I have fun.
Okay.
When we do that. But I'm like, I was just thinking, I don't even know the last time that we've just done some, like, weird shit,
Well, what kind of weird shit are you trying to get into?
I don't know. Just stuff that, like, a squad would do.
It's been a pandemic, dude. What are we out doing? We've been out as a group one time, and that was mini golfing on my birthday.
That's a good point. There hasn't been a whole lot of opportunities.
You can blame COVID for that. That's not on you. You don't need to wear out. You don't need to take all that blame.
I'm not blaming anyone.
I'm blaming you, though.
This is more of an astute observation.
Okay.
Wait, so this is no one's fault, or it's my fault?
I don't know. I think it's your fault.
Okay.
Are you willing to accept this blame?
Sure.
And responsibility?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So what can I expect? How are you going to make this better?
I'm going to be so quirky and goofy.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean, I'm not like that. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe it's the pandemic, but maybe I'm getting old. I just feel like we're slowly getting old and boring. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And it's not anyone's fault, but I'm like, if we were 18, some more shit would be going on than what we're doing now. And it's not a bad thing. I had a great time, but I'm like, I just need that crackhead energy every once in a while.
I think I know what you mean. I really do feel like COVID maybe has taken a damper on your quirkiness. Or maybe it's just, I don't know, winter.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not saying I've had a bad time or I feel bad. It's more of just an observation that I'm neutral upon.
Okay.
You
don't seem very neutral on this opinion. You seem very, very much like you need to change
I don't know what I am right now, to be honest with you.
I don't even know what we're talking about still. Like, I still don't understand what this, like, quirkiness is. Like, best friend quirkiness. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't either. I just, there's some words that have, like, a feeling, but there's not a word for it.
Okay.
That's why I like the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, where I would read words from that were created. Because I couldn't use quirky best friend vibes because that's not really what I meant.
Okay. Yeah.
Just,
sure.
Speaking of that, I have a really good segue, believe it or not.
Segue.
So yesterday, well, when we're recording this yesterday, when you guys hear this, it was like a week ago, I put on the Instagram story, basically, like, I was asking people, first of all, what your favorite episode of PIMS of all time is and why. Like, not the one, I guess, actually, I should clarify, not the one that is your personal favorite, but when you listen to it, you're like, that is just the overall best episode. Like, if I was to pitch this to somebody and I had to show them one episode and that's all they saw, which one is just the most engaging, over the top, like, just best representation of what PIMS is. And then a couple hours later, I put one on the story and it was a question, and I was basically asking for your guys' help to help describe PIMS. Like, what is PIMS to you if you had to describe it to somebody? First of all, a lot of you guys suck at giving descriptions. You're like, it's a funny, cool show.
Thanks. That's helpful.
Thank you. I agree, but that didn't help me at all.
Those are some adjectives that I'm probably not going to use when trying to sell my show.
Yeah. But I spent probably like an hour working on that question and drafting up some answers. It's for this. Well, actually, I'll talk about that in a minute because there's some stuff that I want to bring up, but that's kind of a different conversation. But first of all, there was a question that said, like, what is your show? What is unique about it? And what is your voice? And what is the story you guys want to tell, basically?
That's the hardest question ever.
It was a very, like, loaded question with, like, 4 or 5 questions mixed into it. And with the help of you guys responding to our story, I got some ideas. And I also texted my friends and my sister and Kyle. And I ended up coming up with this kind of little... It's like 3 paragraphs of what PIMS is, and I wanted to just read it to you guys because to me...
I think it was really very well written.
Thank you. Yeah, I worked on it for a while, and I just feel like I want to describe in our words what we think PIMS is to you guys, just so it's kind of on the record. I feel like it'd be cool just because I've never known how to describe the show, but to me, this is what it is, and I feel like we finally figured out how to put it into words. So... I'm going to read it to you guys. It's a little long, so bear with me. And if you want to stop, you can stop me. Maybe Kyle will have some cool, quirky best friend thing to say.
I'll have some quirky insight to throw out there for my best friend.
Okay. Peak to middle. Oh, my God. That scared me. That scared me so bad.
Quirky best friend vibes. Getting crazy.
Dude, that was so my heart stopped.
Is that what you're looking for?
No, not at all. Okay. Basically, this was for this application thing for this for funding for a podcast, which I'll talk about later. But it says, Peak to Middle School is my larger podcast, so I'll focus on that show first. Our loyal fans have described PIMS as the show that dives into the nonsensical shower thoughts that everyone thinks about from time to time. PIMS is about discussing the questions you've had your entire life but never asked because you never thought anybody would care or understand your perspective. PIMS unites us through our averageness. That one, I came up with that myself, and I was like, that's a banger.
Yeah.
Like, that's one you have to keep in mind when you're reading this, it's going to sound over the top or when I'm reading it, but that's kind of the point because I'm trying to, like, pitch the show.
Sell the show.
You're trying to basically pitch it to someone to be like, you've never known about us or cared about us. Why should you care?
We're so average.
And I came up with that, and I was like, that sounds good. So PIMS unites us through our averageness. There's a chaotic and frantic energy that's sometimes contained by an innocent curiosity about the world. The impeccable chemistry and quick-witted sarcasm between Kyle and I leaves you wondering how you got here and why you don't want to leave quite yet.
I think that's a great line.
Yeah.
Because I feel like... this seems like a show that you would stumble upon and initially be like, what the fuck is this? Like, these guys are idiots. And then you kind of just don't click off the video. You just keep listening.
Yeah, and when I was trying to write this, I was trying to think of, like, what about the shows I like, what kind of keeps me there. And it's always this, like, unknown of where they're going to go next. Okay. PIMS poses many hypotheticals with fewer concrete answers, leaving room for discussion. Then that's the first paragraph. Then I go on to say, PIMS is unique because a shrewd tirade. I bet you didn't know what those words meant.
I knew what that meant. I was just surprised that was in your brain dictionary.
I definitely typed in a certain word and then synonyms.
That was the first thing that popped up. I was like, John totally opened up a thesaurus for this.
Yeah. PIMS is unique because a shrewd tirade about whether or not we could arrest aliens for trespassing will often be dude, my fucking voice. What is wrong with me?
I don't know, man. You need to chill.
This has been like a year of just my fucking shit in my throat that I can't move.
You know what? I feel like my voice doesn't really crack anymore. Have you noticed that?
Did you give me a disease?
I think I gave you like throat
cancer.
Yeah.
But mine.
Well, no. Not throat
not
cancer. Throat. I don't even
herpes.
know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's from when we throated each other.
Probably from all the kissing we've been doing.
All the best friends.
By the way, guys, the thing on my lip, not herpes. It's like a scab. I got herpes. Like a zit, and I was picking really hard, and I cut it, and then it started bleeding everywhere.
Picking at his face warts.
Yeah. Okay. PIMS is unique because a shrewd tirade about whether or not we could arrest aliens for trespassing will often be immediately followed by a wholesome discussion about the meaning of life and trying to understand the human condition. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is taboo. Sometimes we aren't even sure what we're arguing about, but that's the magic of PIMS.
That happens too often.
Then I said our audience is 95% males between the age of 15 and 24. Many of them are interested in gaming, sports, comedy, and anything your average teenage boy would be into.
Keyword average. You all are average.
Then I say some things that aren't really relevant. Our fans have become very loyal and passionate about binging all our episodes in order to learn more about Kyle and myself. They feel like they're a part of the friend group.
You guys are a part of the friend group.
Part of the squad. And I don't know. That's at least how I feel about it, based on the messages we've got from some of you guys saying, oh, like I heard an ad and then I listened to episode, right now 16 is the first one available because we removed the first 15.
Yeah.
But they're like, I listened from episode 16 to 75 in like a month. And I'm like, that is dedication.
You got a lot of time on your hands.
But yeah.
I think that's a good way of describing our show. I'm bad with words and trying to describe things, and dude, describing this show to me, when you sent me that text, it took me a long time to think about what I wanted to say because I truly don't know how to describe what we do.
Yeah.
You know? It's just, there's just something there. That's what I know. Yeah. And it's engaging in a weird way.
Yeah. And I know I agree with you. And that's what's so hard is, you know, if you're just trying to do it for yourself or tell your friends or your followers, you don't ever need to define that. But when you're trying to do something like what that was for was there's this thing called Pod Fund that I just found by Googling. I literally, last episode, I'm sure you guys heard if you listened to it, we were talking a lot about just trying to figure out how Kyle and I can do something new and big and different to really just take PIMS to the next level. Mm-hmm. And so I was just Googling different shit, and I was like, investment companies that sign podcasts, or I typed something like that into Google, and I actually just found this company called Pod Fund that launched in 2019, started by these venture capitalists or these investor guys, and basically it says you can apply, and it's a long fucking application. There was like really in-depth questions where you got to type out these long complex answers about what's your show? Why is it unique? Who are you? What's your background? How many episodes do you have? How much money do you hope to make and plan to make? And all these different like questions that an investor would want to know if they're going to invest in you. And basically you pitch them your show, and they said every month they go through them and there's like hundreds or thousands of applicants, but they said that every month they pick more people to fund, which is kind of cool. Anyways, they give you between $25,000 and $150,000 a one-time payment, and that in return you give them a percentage of whatever revenue you make for X amount of years, whatever contract you guys agree upon, I guess. That's what it says on their website. And yeah, so you apply, and then if they believe in you, they give you the funding, and then that funding you can use it however you want, but if you're smart, you use it to grow your show. Yeah. But what's really interesting is a lot of it was saying, you know, you might use it to get better equipment or to upgrade microphones or to pay producers to film it or edit it for you. But it's like, if we got someone like that to invest in us, a company like that, we could spend literally all the money on marketing.
Yeah, we already do all the other stuff.
Yeah, and we don't like... Quite honestly, I think the production value of this show is top tier in terms of most podcasts. Like, I don't know how we could really have a setup much better than what we have.
No, I don't really think there's really anything else we could add.
Upgrade.
Yeah, that's all pretty much what you need for a good podcast.
Yeah, like there's really good mics, great lighting,
good cameras,
really good cameras, and we know how to edit and upload. So, I don't know. I honestly, like, when I've been going through this application for the thing, I felt just really inspired because I was like, dude, we're exactly what they would want. Mm-hmm. I would think. The only thing is if they want a show that's just a little more already established that they can guarantee will like, mm-hmm. that they would get a return on their investment sooner than a show that's a little smaller.
Yeah.
And like, that's the thing. It's not like we can already say, oh, we get like 200,000 monthly downloads because we're just not there yet. But
that'd be lit.
Yeah. But anyways,
I wonder though, like $25,000 just straight on marketing, how much that would help.
It would help a lot, but just from like the marketing we've done in the past, I can kind of calculate like what we spent and how things would change. And like, I just know 25,000, you would burn through that quick. Like 25,000 is, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but it's not when you're trying to grow a business like that. You're going to burn through that quick, but like $100,000, that'd be crazy.
Just cash a check for 100K.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it's worth a shot. One thing that I wanted to kind of follow up with the conversation from the last episode is I was talking to my parents about this. So that episode was a lot about how we just feel kind of stuck or like we're trying to figure out what we're doing with our life. And it was very, I guess, inspirational or just kind of talking about life. And then literally after that episode, like I've just been stressed because of all that, just trying to figure out my direction in life. And literally the next day I woke up and I was like, when I was searching for this pod fund thing and I was working on the application, I then randomly, I was already signed in to my LinkedIn account, which I use for like some business stuff. And all of a sudden I get a notification and it's like, Joe Santagato connected with you on LinkedIn.
You're in there.
And I was like, huh? And I thought it was like, I don't know, I thought it was fake or something because it said Joe connected with you and it showed his little face, his profile picture. I was like, there's no way it's the real one. But I clicked on it and it is. And I still have no clue why he connected with me. It honestly, there's two options. There's either he saw an email that I sent him a long time ago and he just checked it and he was like, oh, I guess this guy likes my stuff. I'll connect with him. Or it's like he probably never signs into LinkedIn because most people don't sign in very often.
Yeah.
And then he just went on and he probably accepts whoever sent him a request.
But hey, maybe he just saw you personally. He's like, this guy I need to connect with.
Yeah. And so anyways, he connected with me. And if you're a listener of the show, you know, for me, he's literally like my biggest inspiration in my life, in my career. And so I drafted up a very professional message. And I had Anthony, dude, being out of school for a while has really made me realize like the message that I sent that I just read earlier, I had to proofread that like 5 times because when I sent this other email that I was sending to Joe, I had Anthony proofread it.
Did he just fuck you up?
Dude, I had so many fucking typos. And when I read it back after he fixed it, I was like, this is 1,000 times better.
Yeah. I mean, he's also like kind of like a professional writer.
Yeah. I mean, that's his like career path and his major is like writing. So it made me realize, wow, I don't know how to word things very well.
No, that is one of those things that I was always pretty good at, like being able to make a sentence sound smarter than I would actually say it in real life. Yeah. But that skill has like quickly left my body. And I just feel like I have no writing.
Yeah.
I can't even think that. Skills? I couldn't even think of the fucking word for wow.
Well, and I feel like, I don't know how you feel, but at least for me, because we do this show in such a conversational manner where it's always so informal, it's made the formal writing and formal talk that much harder for me.
Yeah. And luckily, like I do work in a job where I kind of need to be a little more formal. So that, I guess that skill's kind of there.
Yeah.
But dude, it is kind of hard like switching back and forth sometimes.
Yeah. To go from, oh, hello, sir, to what's up, pussy bitch?
Like, fuck you. Yeah.
Imagine if that's how you could address your customers at work.
What's up, pussy?
Hey, what's up, Jim?
You working out bitch today? Hitting legs today? No, fucking pussy.
Yeah. But what was I saying? What was I talking about?
Joe.
No.
Anthony proofreading, send it to Anthony.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, I drafted this message to Joe and I sent it to him and he still hasn't responded. And quite frankly, I couldn't go into that expecting him to respond. He's a very busy guy, businessman. I'm like, I'm just some random dude to him. But my point is, I was talking to my mom and I said, I feel like I've learned that in my life, whenever things get really, really stressful or difficult or just like overwhelming, when you get to kind of a breaking point, I feel like right when you get to a point where you're like, I don't know where I'm going or like I'm stuck, you're at like that peak. I feel like right then, right when you think you're about to go down, you get like a little glimmer of like hope.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just, I felt that many times in my life, but it reassured that fact that like I was so stressed and overwhelmed, and we made that episode, and literally the next morning, not only did I find an application for like a independent podcast funding company, which I felt fit perfectly with what we do, but then I also had this guy who I've admired for years just randomly connect with me. And although that might not lead to anything, it's just like
it's a little bit of hope.
It feels like the universe kind of saying like, here's a little nugget to just like keep going. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I feel like it's good. It's probably something you weren't even looking out for. You know what I mean? Which makes it even cooler. Like if you're looking for a sign, then it's like, oh, that might be a sign. But if it's something that just kind of pops out of nowhere, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's just like a good feeling. And it's not like we've even made any really different progress, but it's just the fact that it's like, okay, that's like a little tiny step that could somehow lead to something bigger. It might not, but like it's just the possibility.
And when you're on the bottom, all you need is a little bit of hope.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know. I've just been the last 2 days or whatever since we recorded last have been just inspired. I don't know. I think everyone can relate. You go in waves where you're like, it's fucking grind season. And
100%.
then there's times where you're like, let's just not do anything at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Guys, wish us luck. Maybe we could win a fucking $100,000.
Well, maybe if you're a little more quirky, we would.
Yeah. But maybe if I did a little cool stuff like, ah!
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me when you did that.
No,
by the way.
It was really loud. I heard it in my ears.
Yeah.
You know when you kept doing that thing where you're like, that one episode? Yeah. That was like one of the most annoying things ever.
Were you editing that?
Yeah, dude. And I forgot it was going to happen. And you just did that shit. And I was like, fuck you, dude. I had to turn it down.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another episode where, well, there's been a couple ones where like one of us had a cold. Dude, those episodes suck
because you have much sniffling.
Yeah, I gotta like cut out all the sniffling and shit.
I've realized when I'm editing, I like will giggle so much throughout the episode. Even when you're talking, if you're going on a little rant, the whole time you just hear just from me like the whole time, and I'm like, dude, shut your mouth.
Yeah, I also like have noticed my laugh is just a one big exhale. It's like a that's my laugh. My initial laugh is doing and like leaning back and like leaning back.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I don't. Bro, okay, I also have to say, guys, I was going through some old clips of our show today to work on a Spotify ad because our other one got denied because we swore in it.
Oh, no. Swear words.
And, dude, I cannot express enough how much different Kyle sounds. Obviously, we've talked about your physical transformation and you've put on some weight.
Yeah, but then I lost a little bit, though.
Yeah, but dude, you're just like your confidence and presence in front of a mic. You sound like a different person.
Yeah, no.
Just the way you talk and present yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like where I see myself that I've grown just from doing this podcast. Like when we talked about if this was all just, if we just stopped doing it tomorrow, what would I be able to take away from it? That's what I would take away is like a self-confidence thing. Because, yeah when we first started, dude, I don't know what it is, and I didn't even notice it at the time. Dude, I just was so timid.
Yeah.
And I like had a higher pitched voice, and I just sounded like I wasn't sure of myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard I would listen to clips, and I was like, okay, that's something Kyle would still say what he said, but the way in which he said it and presented it would be totally different.
Yeah. Like it's way less funny to me seeing it then, you know?
Yeah. But it's just cool. I mean, I've changed a lot too, but I think even from 50 episodes ago, I would say I could probably even still, like if I watched random clips and they were like, guess what chunk of 50 episodes this was in, I could probably guess it. Like first 50, second 50, third 50, fourth 50.
We're like fine wines.
Yeah.
Just keep it getting better with age.
Yeah. So when we get to 10,000, when we're like 89 years old, we'll, wait, when will we have our 1,000th episode?
Not that long. Well, we're doing like 100 a year, so
it's 104 a year.
So about 8 years.
Eight more years.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, 8 more years. Damn, bro. So when we're 31-ish, we could be doing our 1,000th episode.
Man, I hope that we could do this for a living by 1,000 episodes.
And Joe Rogan, he didn't hit his 1,000th until he was in his 50s when he did his 1,000th episode.
Doesn't he do like 5 a week? Or
He
4 a week?
does a lot now, yeah. I mean, he's done a lot for a long time. But my point is, we're starting it earlier in our life.
Yeah.
So we could be 55 and have, bajillion episodes.
Yeah. When we're 55, we'll have at least 3,000.
And at least 3 kids.
Yeah. A ton of debt.
A lot of
definitely a mortgage
gray
to pay
hair.
off. Dude, no hair. We're not going to have any hair.
Kids that are... There will be a couple cool ones, and then there will be one that doesn't respect me at all.
Yeah.
And I just don't really care enough to fight with him, so I just don't acknowledge his existence.
I can't wait to have kids and then power rank them. Like a weekly power ranking on how my kids are performing.
Oh my God, you should have like a whiteboard, and it's like Kyle's kids' weekly power ranking.
Yeah, that could set them up for like horrible self-esteem, but
No, but it's stuff that they can improve on. It's not just saying you're ugly. It's like you didn't put the dishes away.
Yep. Kyle Jr., your handwriting has gotten worse. Improve that, dude.
Yeah. And then you find out he can't improve it because he has early stage of Parkinson's, maybe? So maybe it's not his fault. So then you were criticizing your son for like a disability, and then he feels really bad, and he has a lot of disdain towards you.
And soon enough, I'm canceled. That's the end of Kyle. Just because I tried to power rank my children.
Yeah. Do you think the name John or Kyle will be out of style first?
Probably Kyle. I think John is just a generational name. Like there's been Johns.
Like an ageless name.
Yeah. In every generation, there's Johns.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if there's many Johns being born.
That's what I'm saying. I think right now, John's not really hip.
We should look up what's the most popular names, baby names.
Year?
Yeah. Or like for this.
All right.
For 2021, like or 2020, like most popular baby names. It's probably something like Cartier or some shit like that. It's going to be like
Cartier?
Yeah, or someone named like Caden Cito or...
So we'll do 2020 since 2021. We're only a few months in. The 50 most popular baby names in 2020.
Give me like a top 10.
Yeah, okay. We'll do the top 10 of girls and boys.
Okay.
Do you want to do girls or boys first?
Let's do girls.
Okay, girls. Number 10. Guess.
I don't know. Abigail.
Okay. Actually, yeah, you're not going to get these. Mia or Maya, but it's M-I-A.
Ooh, yeah. That's a tough one.
Mia. Number 10 or number 9, Amelia.
Yeah.
Whoa. Aliyah. A-A-L-I-Y-A-H.
I think it's Aaliyah.
Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Damn, that's kind of sick.
I like that name.
Aria. So 3 A's so far.
Everyone likes the Ia.
Yeah. Aria. Isabella.
Everyone likes the dude.
Ava.
What the fuck?
Emma.
What is this?
Then Riley. Okay. That one is a dark horse. I wouldn't have expected that. Riley. Then Olivia. And then Sophia.
Dude, why is everything IA?
Yeah. I know. That's really interesting. And then there's even like, is it Camila? Camilla?
Yeah.
Layla. Mila.
Hey, if I was a girl, I would have been Linnea, so I'd be right on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
Linnea Nicole.
Just is so like
hot. Yeah.
When I hear it, I feel like it doesn't fit a Swedish. Is that a Swedish name?
Fuck you, man. I'm Norwegian.
Or fucking Norwegian. Same shit. That doesn't sound like a Norwegian name.
Linnea. Yeah, I don't know. It's either Irish or Norwegian.
Oh.
One of the two.
It sounds like coastal. It sounds like you live on like a warm area, like a warm beach.
Like a Hawaiian name, like Linnea.
Not necessarily Hawaiian, but just like a warm climate area.
I wish.
Okay, boys. Top 10 male names.
It's gonna be some wild names. It's gonna be like Power.
I think this site, I don't know. They might have had like
the lame names,
or just like a certain demographic. Number 10 is Mateo.
Okay.
Caden.
Yeah, that's such a little kid name now.
I feel like I just can't picture a Caden that's grown up that isn't the worst.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Caden is just always the little kid with spiked hair, and he just sucks.
He's on your rec basketball team, and he always just yeets it from 3 and bricks it.
Or he like always just scratches you for no reason. Like, fuck you, dude.
He bites his shirt and his teacher.
God.
Yeah, sorry to all the Cadens listening. I'm sure you're a great guy. Oliver, Lucas, Grayson, Elijah, Aiden, Jackson, Noah, and then Liam.
Is it Jackson with an X?
No. But I have to say, it's hard for me to believe that those are the top 10. Like, I feel like that's a lot of white names.
Yeah.
And if it was really in terms of like the whole world, I don't think that would be the same results. But that's also hard because
who's even counting this too?
Yeah, and it's like in different countries they have different alphabets and shit. So
that's true.
Well, there you go. So Liam and Sophia, there's going to be a lot of Liam and Sophia couples.
I feel like there's a lot of Liams and Sophias already.
I feel like Liam kind of is the guy version of Sophia.
You think so?
I just picture bleach blonde hair.
Yeah. Okay. I think he's a little shorter too.
Oh, he's shorter.
I think I'm thinking like a little short king.
I think he's pretty skinny too.
Yeah.
He wears loafers.
Okay.
You know?
What are loafers?
Aren't those like the boat shoes kind of?
I don't know.
I think
you the one who just said them.
I think when I say loafers, I think like Sperry's.
Like fat shoe. Oh.
But
I think
maybe
like fat shoes.
Oh, then maybe I don't know what loafers are.
I don't know what loafers are.
Anyways, something that I wanted to talk about before we hop into the segments here. Did you guys hear that?
That's kind of quirky of you. Yeah.
Yeah, was that a quirky burp?
Yeah, you could have done.
I don't know.
Could have done more with it.
Yeah. So there used to be a segment where I would recommend movies and shows. Haven't recommended a whole lot of stuff recently, but the other night I watched this movie.
Wait, we got recommendations today. Why don't you just recommend it?
Yeah.
You can just hop in right now.
Okay. Good call.
Segments. We're in them.
We're starting the segments.
Recommendation.
So for my recommendation, I'm going to recommend this one movie this week, and it is called Climax. And
I think I've seen that one a couple times.
Kyle's been a part of Climax.
Oh yeah.
But it's on. Fuck, where did I watch it? I think it's on Amazon Prime or. Why are you?
I know where I've seen it.
I think it's on Amazon Prime if you have a subscription, or Hulu or HBO or one of those. Just check them if you have them. But dude, I cannot recommend this enough. But I also have to say this is the most unsettling, anxiety-inducing movie I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Now, we did talk about The Nightingale a while ago.
That one was yeah.
That one was the most just fucked up movie and the most gruesome and just brutally, like, not horrible in the sense of it's not good, but just horrible that what it showed.
What was the other one that we watched? The outer space one? Robert Pattinson.
Oh, High Life.
That's another one that it was kind of horrifying.
Yeah, High Life. But in terms of just like fucked upness, I would say The Nightingale takes that cake. But this one called the Climax is the most anxiety and panic inducing movie I've ever watched, and it's so fucking good, but just so scary. Not like it's not horror scary. It's just like
thriller.
Yeah, it's a thriller. So the gist of it is there's this group of dancers that basically like aspiring professional dancers that get recruited to do. You don't really know what they're doing. All you know is they're at this place kind of doing like a audition or like they're in a place, and the vibe I get is like, because they have bedrooms in the place. They're in like a warehouse kind of. So it seems kind of like a test to basically draft the best possible dancers to be a part of this group, like a tryout.
It's like, so you think you can dance?
Not really at all.
But in a warehouse.
Maybe. So they're like living here and they're choreographing some dance to basically be on this team. But what happens is, this isn't really a spoiler because it's in the trailer. Basically, they all get drugged.
Okay.
And they all get drugged with LSD, but none of them knew it. And then they kind of find out. And the whole movie is them locked in this warehouse, all tripping fucking balls.
Dude.
But they all don't know who drugged them or how they drugged them. And all of a sudden, they're fucked. And the movie, it doesn't show it from the wow. it doesn't film anything from their perspective. So you never really see like what they're seeing or what it's like when they're tripping. But that even makes it scarier to me, because it's like you're kind of witnessing all these people tripping fucking balls, trying to like figure out what's going on, how to get out, how to help everyone, but they're all fucking losing it.
Dude.
And they're locked in this place. And it is, dude, I was so tense that I literally had to mute the movie at some times. And that like doesn't happen. I can watch horror movies and be like fine, but there were certain scenes that just got so like real. And I just honestly felt like if this happened, like if there was a group of dancers that really got drugged like this out of nowhere, I honestly think it might turn out how it did. And it is just so crazy. The first like 15 minutes are kind of slow because they give you kind of an introduction to all the different dancers and their background sort of. But if you guys just bear with it, it gets nuts, and I can't recommend it enough.
Dude, I can't even imagine what that would be like. Being locked in a room with people, like they're all strangers, right? They don't really know each other.
It's hard to say in the movie, but they kind of know each other. Okay. They have a history, but not a lot.
But just like they're probably all having the worst trips ever.
Yeah,
and then you're horrified.
Yeah, and then you're panicking because then you realize you're tripping, but you don't know who did it or how long it's gonna last.
And you don't want to be tripping, and that makes it worse probably. Like,
and someone
shit.
had their kid there.
What?
That's another part of the story. But one of them had a kid, and he's like this 6-year-old kid who's there.
Oh! I thought she like gave birth.
No.
While tripping.
But
that baby.
But she had
fucked.
There was a kid there, and obviously not the best environment for this kid to be.
No.
Dude, I just seriously, please, if you guys want like something that'll just make you fucking like focused and locked in and freak the fuck out.
But are you good at being able to separate yourself from a movie? Because sometimes if I get too worked up during a movie where I feel like my body is like I feel like I'm in the movie and I'm getting fight or flight, I'm pretty good at being like, okay, this is a movie. None of these people are real. They're all actors. We're good.
It's all good. Yeah, no, usually I'm pretty good at that, but there's still just times where it overpowers me.
I think that's the sign of a good
scary movie
or just like a very real movie.
Yeah, I mean, the best movies are when you like hours go by and you don't even realize that you were watching a movie.
Yeah.
Where you're like, holy shit, I've just been sitting here locked in for 2 hours.
Have you ever been super locked in and then you realize that you're watching it on a TV and then you notice all the surroundings around your TV
Yes.
and then that's all you're thinking about? Hate that shit.
Or when I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I overanalyze and then I start thinking like this was filmed by a camera crew. So then I start picturing where the camera crew was angled and how they were holding the camera when they're filming what I'm watching.
And then you can sometimes see like, yeah, that's a green screen. I can totally tell that's a set. That sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, that was kind of a long recommendation, but check it out. I hope I didn't spoil too much. I probably did though. Kyle?
That's right. All right, so my recommendation this week is actually an anti-recommendation. Something that I recommend you don't do. Okay? And that is stretching in the shower.
Oh, let's go. I didn't know if you would share this story.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it until recently when I looked at my foot again. And anyways, so basically I had hit legs and I was showering after and I was kind of sore, kind of tight. I was like, maybe I should start stretching.
Were you like were your legs so tired to where they're like shaking?
Like they're shaking. So like my quads were just kind of donezo. So I was like, I need to stretch them. They're going to be really tight. Might as well start now in the shower. So I'm stretching my legs. I get my right quad done. Feels good. Move to my left. And so my shower, picture like a hybrid shower where it's a bathtub / shower and you pull the little thing up on the faucet to like make it turn to shower. So I'm facing away from that. So the shower's hitting on my back.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm stretching my left quad. And then when I let it down, because my legs are so tired, I just kind of let it kind of slam down pretty quick. So when I did that, I hit my foot into the little plug thing that you pull up and down to turn the shower on, and it cut my foot.
Oh, it's because you were facing away from it.
Because I was facing, so I basically just kicked down on it,
just
like that.
Slammed the thing.
Yeah, and I kicked it really hard. Like at first, I thought I broke my entire faucet off. Like I hit it really hard, And because all of a sudden the shower went away, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Wait, the water stopped?
Yeah, because I turned it back to bathtub mode because I hit the plug down.
Imagine if it just broke off and started flooding.
There was a 2-second period where I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I turned around, I was like, "Okay, we're good." Pulled the plug back up, and then suddenly my foot's bleeding
in the shower.
And
like a lot or just a little bit?
Like kind of a lot. Yeah, it was bleeding quite a bit. And then the bruise showed up. That's why I wrote it down, because last night I noticed how bad my bruise was. It's like almost the size of like a $50, you know? It's like that.
Like
just
like a fat Cheez-It, one of the big Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
The big
extra
ones.
Big one. Yeah, it's a huge ass bruise. It
looks
like
a
broke my toe.
Ritz.
Yeah. and it still hurts. Yeah, it was like the size of a Ritz cracker. And it still really hurts. And I think I may have I don't know. I've broken a toe before, and I know what that feels like. And toe injuries, they linger, dude. They linger for so long.
Was it your toe or just the foot?
It's kind of where my toe. It's like the knuckle.
Oh, okay.
So it hurts when I bend my toe down.
Yeah.
I can do up though, so I can still run and stuff and walk, and it feels fine. But it's when I bend my toes down, I'm like, ah. So don't stretch in the shower.
Don't stretch in the shower, guys. You might break your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking back on it, you probably have to realize that was not the smartest move.
No. And, I also could have just slipped and fell. Like so many other things could have happened.
Yeah.
Just don't stretch in the shower.
I don't know about you, but I feel really weird stretching when I'm naked. I've tried it.
Like
in my bathroom or something, like if I before I get in or something. I feel weird just like moving around a lot when I'm naked.
Yeah. It's weird when
just
your dick kind of moves
natural.
and you feel your dick like swinging.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just something about it that just doesn't feel right.
Like I can't even sleep. I can't sleep naked.
No,
it's uncomfortable.
I've tried it, and it's weird because I've heard mixed opinions. I've seen some tweets where they're like, "Oh, it's so freeing, you guys have no idea." But then I've tried it and I've done it. It's just not ideal for me.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
I feel like something's not right.
Yeah, like there's nothing containing my stuff.
Yeah, but I usually just wear just basketball shorts. So it's not like it's containing much.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's different, but it is.
Yeah. We're weird. Humans are weird. All right, guys. Today for fan questions, we got a question from Benjamin Brooks. Now, if you guys want to ever ask us questions to be answered on the podcast, DM us at PIMS Podcast. He says, top 5 burger places and why?
Well, we made our fast food bracket.
And obviously The Habit won that.
Yeah. So I think
But is The Habit, is it overall or is it the best burger place?
Yeah, see, that's tough because if we're talking like fast food burgers, I don't know if I'm putting Habit in there. Best fast food burger, I'd probably say Habit. I mean,
no, but I'm just. Oh, so you're saying, but if
because there's like good burgers,
like a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, like a Red Robin. But the best burger I've ever had is Stupid Burger in Portland, Oregon. That is the best burger I've ever had. It had mozzarella sticks on it, and it was so good.
Yeah, Stupid Burger. Shout out to them. They're insane.
I've only been there once, and I want to go again.
Very fat burgers that are like $18, but
so worth it.
So worth. Okay, so I agree with Stupid Burger. That's
Stupid
one.
Burger.
Habit.
Throw Habit in there.
He's definitely in the top 5. I don't know where. Does Chick-fil-A count?
It's not a burger though.
Yeah,
that's a sandwich.
Okay. I mean, I don't like Five Guys. That's me personally. A lot of people love Five Guys.
I like Five Guys. I just think they're way overpriced.
Yeah. I would say I like Dick's, but that's because they're cheap.
Yeah, dude.
Not necessarily the best burgers, but they're like $2.
Yeah. Dick's, you could just crush like 4 burgers for like $4. Yeah. It's super easy.
So I would say Dick's is in there.
Yeah,
so that's 3.
Okay.
There's some other 2 good burger places.
I'm trying to think of like
In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out, but Kyle doesn't.
It's not S tier to me.
Yeah. So for me, I'd probably put In-N-Out and then Red Robin.
Yeah. A nice Haystack Tavern Double or a Whiskey River Barbecue. Always good.
I think a lot of people don't have Red Robin though, so rest in peace to you guys.
Y'all are missing out.
Wait, so what's your 5th? If Red Robin was your 4th?
I'm trying to think of like a good burger place. Fuck, man.
I feel like the best burgers come from like rando hole-in-the-wall spots that barely look like restaurants.
Red Mill Burger in Seattle.
Oh.
See, we kind of just listed off a lot of local places. But if you're ever in Seattle and you need a good burger, go to Red Mill Burger.
Yeah.
Great burgers.
Go to Red Mill Burger and sit outside at one of those little things, and you'll sit right where Kyle and I were sitting.
Look at the orange building across the street, and there may be a man who is naked staring at you with binoculars, because I've seen him at least 4 times.
So he's in his apartment, and he stands at the window, butt-ass naked, with binoculars.
I've seen his penis twice.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Is he old?
Old as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's a retirement community. Because we ended up calling them the building because we were like, dude, there's kids around and there's just this naked dude in the window looking at us with binoculars. And
he doesn't even know what planet he's on.
No. I kind of want to get to that point.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. But you wouldn't really care. You wouldn't really care because you wouldn't really know.
Yeah. Well, that's like, there are so many people making memes about the Prince. What's his name? Fucking not Prince.
Oh.
The
Prince,
old guy?
Yeah, Prince Philip or whatever?
Yeah, but is that his name, Prince Philip?
I don't know. I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, Prince Philip reportedly, quote, not aware of full extent of the Harry and Meghan interview, and people were quoting that and saying, like, I don't think he's aware of anything.
Dude, I also saw another headline of, like, a, quote, successful surgery.
Yeah.
And people were like, why'd you put quotes on successful? Was it not successful? Or?
I think for him, I think no one even knows how he's alive. They're just like, wow, I can't believe what we did just worked.
How old is he? Do you know?
Oh, I think he's like, 100 maybe?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. He's close. If he's not 100, he's close.
Yeah. It must be kind of a bummer, like, looking in the mirror and being like, I look just like this. So old.
I look like a zombie.
I kind of want to get to that point where I just am looking at myself and I cannot believe that I'm still here. I'm like, what
like
am
every
I?
day is a blessing because I should be in the ground right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. If you want to ask us questions, if you want your question to be featured, be sure to DM us. We check them all. Get creative with them, though. Send us something we probably haven't heard. Don't be like, do you like milk or water better?
Yeah. Like, tell us about your first kiss. We've told that story
like 9 times.
Multiple times.
So, anyways, Kyle, where can the people follow you?
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at KyleStafford36. Said that really fast.
Where can they get a cool PIMS hat like that?
PIMS.store.
Where can they get a cool shirt?
PIMS.store. Also a cool sweatshirt. Like, imagine this, but champion and with the PIMS logo.
And more comfy.
And bigger and warmer. PIMS.store.
Yeah. I also got a message from a listener, and he said, like, hey, I was just wondering, I want to buy a hoodie, but I was curious because he said, I have a pet peeve with hoods on hoodies. He's like, some companies I buy them from and the hoods are kind of tight to your head and don't have a lot of excess room. And then other hoods are like a fucking
like
cape.
Giant. Yeah.
And he's like,
super pointy.
So he said, can you describe it? Like, what is it? And I said, it's a little bigger than usual, I would say. But I think the whole hoodies run bigger than usual. But
it's
hoods
also
are perfect
a rounder
size.
hood too.
Yeah, it's round. It's not like stitched to like a point.
It's not gonna just stick up like that. Like, I hate hoods like that. It always bugs me.
Yeah, but I think they're perfect size hoods. So just wanted to throw that out there to anyone interested. But Kyle, this was a blast. I'm gonna go. Oh, did you hear about my cum rocket movie idea?
I read about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a really good idea where you shoot a rocket into space, it explodes, and then cum goes and it survives in space and starts life on a brand new planet. So yeah. Anyways, it's not really my idea. I stole that from multiple people and I compiled that into a movie idea that I claim as my own, but it's not.
Well, good. That's how most movies are made anyways.
Yes. Anyways, guys, love you all so much. Be sure to drop a like if you're on YouTube and subscribe here because 60% of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed to our channel, which is stupid.
How dare you?
There's new episodes every Monday and Thursday. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/PIMS podcast where we post a bunch of extra content, pre-shows for every video, deleted scenes and bloopers, all that good stuff. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.